Vita, day 14.
What's up, everybody? Christopher here with day 14 of Vlog Every Day in April, Vita as we know it. And this is German music popular to an American, this American in particular. Today I got 7 German artists that I still love to this day. My musical reach goes beyond these 7 artists, but these are just 7 artists that I to this day still love. Let's begin. My first artist today is going to be Jan Delay. The song that made me fall in love with this artist is a song entitled Für immer und ich. The melody is great. I like the words, the story it tells. The music video is a little bit on the side, but this song is nonetheless one of the greatest songs by Jan Delay. He does have a few albums out there. The album that this particular record comes on is actually my favorite. A lot of people kind of dig him because of his unique voice, his nasally voice. Germans should know what I'm talking about if they're used to listening to Jan Delay. But I feel like the music he makes is just so full of soul. There's a soulful kind of feel to his music. It feels so real and you can relate to it. Even if you don't know what he's talking about, you can just kind of relate through the feel of the soulful music. You automatically know that he believes in and he loves what he does, and that's make good music. Number 2 is Lena Maya. She has a hyphenated name. I don't know if that means she got married or whatever, but everybody knows Lena. She was the one that was on Eurovision back in like 2010 or something like that. That's where I saw her, on Eurovision, and that's when I fell in love with the song that she made called Satellite. And besides this being a nice little catchy little pop song, I just thought Lena was cute. Her little English accent is just, I thought it was so cute. This is kind of the German girl I would want. So the music she makes, it's usually poppy music, feel good music, gets you in kind of a happy mood, makes you want to dance and do goofy stuff. She's a good artist nonetheless, and I have memories tied to her songs back in her Eurovision days, and Lena is number 2 on my list. Number 3 on my list is Zito. Zito is kind of a hip hop artist. He raps a lot, but he also kind of sings too. And the song that I fell in love with first by him was Carmen. It's a really catchy song, and you have to listen to it for yourself to see what the lyrics are about. I translated it, but it might not have translated well. Music video is pretty cool if you like beautiful women and all that stuff. So he's actually one of the first actual rappers that I had heard while I was here. I hadn't heard many German rappers, so I was kind of searching for some because I was kind of, missing my little rap music. So I wanted to hear some, what German rap was like. I thought the album Ich und meine Maske had an 80s vibe to it, and for me at the time that was just really, really refreshing. Zito, number 3. Ace T makes number 4 on my list. The song I first heard by her was called Bist du down, which is Are You Down? It actually did play in the States for a while. This was kind of the first catchy little song I heard by her, and I thought she was unique because there aren't many black female artists that can do what she does. She can actually sing, she can rhyme, and she can dance. And she's not hard to look at either, so she's kind of a full package there. I dig Ace T. I think her music had mad potential, and I think she was highly underrated. She kind of reminded me of Estelle, the UK artist Estelle, and I like Estelle too. But her sound is just unique, and it doesn't sound forced. You can tell she's just having fun, and you just want to have fun too once you hear the music. Ace T makes the list at number 4. Number 5 is actually a group. They're called Zerne Mannheims. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's the S-O with the umlaut. So Zerne Mannheims. I'll never get it, but that's my number 5, and this group actually was the first group that I actually got hooked on listening to. I found them, again, back in the day. We were staying in a hotel for a little while, and all we had was German cable, so all we had was German music videos. So they came on. The song that drew me to Zerne Mannheims was Das hat die Welt noch nicht gesehen. That's a mouthful. That was the name of the song that I got hooked on. Listening to their song, I was feeling the vibe or whatever. Somewhere towards the middle, there's an English bridge. Love is unseen, love is your dream. And that part, right after they say that part, there's a brother that comes on and says his little part in English. I was new here, so the English part caught my attention, and I was like, I gotta know what this song means. Dug into it, and as I dug more into it, I started liking it. So it just became like one of my favorite songs. I've been hanging on to it ever since. One of the members of this group, Javier Nadu, actually is a successful solo artist, and he used to do music with like some hip hop artists back in the States. So I kind of knew him from that. It's just a bit of irony that he happens to be part of this group. So they're my number 5. Number 6, Mark Forster. Mark Forster I hadn't heard of until I moved back to Germany just a few years ago. From what I understand though, he had been he had gained popularity during the time that I wasn't here. He is actually from the area where I was stationed at. He's from Kaiserslautern. I just thought that was interesting that somebody so close to the area that I used to live in could make it as large as he's made it. His music is really, really popular. The first song I heard by Mark Forrester was Wir sind groß. It's one of the songs I heard when I first got here. I was leaving the airport, I was leaving Frankfurt, and it just happened to pop up on the radio, and I was just vibing and feeling good about being back in Germany, and the song just stuck in my head, and I remembered it. Once I got to some internet and got my iPod, downloaded it immediately, figured out that this guy is actually cool. Been hooked on Mark Forrester ever since. Number 7, my all-time favorite German artist, at least for now, is Peter Fox. The song that I found by him was called Haus am See. That's Haus am See, Haus am See. And Peter Fox's music is like the first German artist music that I ever loved. I actually loved this record. He became like my favorite artist straight away. The sound was just so foreign to my ears, and not just because of the language. Stadt Affe was the album that he made at that time, and I just thought that record was phenomenal. It had so many more cuts that I liked, and I couldn't stop listening to it, even though I didn't know what they were saying. It had cuts like Schwarz zu Blau, Alles Neu, Schüttel dein Speck, and plus he was part of another group called Seed, S-E-E-E-D. They had a couple cuts that I like. Rodeo, Ding. It's all good songs, all good music to me. And Rodeo actually featured the aforementioned Sido. So here's a fun fact. His song Alles Neu actually used a piece of that for my very first intro that I used to use on this channel. So per YouTube rules, I obviously couldn't play any clips or music snippets from any of these artists. I wanted to, but I don't want to get into any trouble with YouTube. Hopefully you can take some of these names and artists and go research them yourself if you haven't heard of them. Let me know if you like any of them. Come back and put in the comments which one was your favorite. That's going to be it for today. This was German music popular to an American like myself. I'll talk to you in the next video.